tune in.
We got a big show for you today. We got a lot to cover. We're going to jump right into the fantasy hot list.
Hello everybody, welcome to week 14 of Sideline. I'm your host Gerard Grimes. Sitting in this week is the Aviator.
What's up?
And sitting in for Jimmy this week is his homeboy Karan. Welcome to the show, sir.
What's up, baby?
All right, let's just jump right into it this week. Let's talk about these top fantasy ads courtesy of Yahoo Sports. First, let's look at this Atlanta defense they put in. Don't know why they would have that in there.
I don't know either.
Unless you look at they're playing Carolina.
True.
That might be the only reason Atlanta's in there. I can understand that. They're not a good team. One thing that is perplexing to me is why is Chris Ivory still on this list, and he's been on there for 3 weeks. Any ideas on that?
Well, New Orleans Saints have started rolling offensively. Look like they find their feet. Drew Brees is getting into a groove. Receivers are actually doing really good so far. So it wouldn't be surprised that the running back might actually start getting off because they might start bringing some more DBs in and try to cover some of these receivers.
But I mean, he's had 5 touchdowns in the last 3 games.
And he has almost 600 yards rushing, so why would he still be on the waiver wire this late? I know playoffs are starting up. You really need to start getting your team together. People like me who are in the championship round, you got to be like me. Another guy on this list, Benjamin Watson, Cleveland tight end, 2nd straight week. He has been on this list. Don't know why he's still out there. Apparently, he is Jake Delhome's favorite target, so please.
And he's inconsistent. Like, one week he has 24 yards, the next week he has 100, the next week, I mean, he might have 30 next week. So. But
technically in fantasy, if you had a solid tight end, you always want to go with a solid tight end. So they need to add a Benjamin Watson because at the end of the day, anything he gives you is a plus.
Yeah, because if you look, some teams like the Patriots have 2 tight ends and you don't know who to pick on their team when they run. So if you got that go-to tight end, he needs to be picked up. The real mystery of this week, Denver defense. We already saw what happens to them when they play a bad team, when they play a good team. They get destroyed. Why would you still pick them up now? Anything? Nothing?
I have nothing on that one. That is that. I am drawing a blank on that one, obviously. Denver, I wouldn't pick up anything.
One of our better teams out there, and week in and week out, they have shown.
Well, they just fired their coach last week, so I don't know how good they're going to be going forward.
That's because Urban Meyer's coming in. Believe that.
Hilarious. Urban Meyer's going to watch volleyball games. This is what he's going to do. He's going to be watching volleyball games because he's not going to be coaching any football anytime soon.
He's coming to Denver. You heard it here first. Last guy on this list, James Stark, Green Bay's running back. I think they might have found the guy that they needed to get that offense going. We already know the backfield has been decimated by injuries. This guy, first game, 73 yards, opened everything for Aaron Rodgers.
Well, definitely. Any running back is going to open up the game. Quarterbacks, you got to have a functional running back in the NFL. And if this guy's functional, I don't know if he's worthy of adding to your fantasy roster, but he's definitely somebody that can get you a few points.
Well, in big leagues, you need that.
But he has heart. So, I mean, he came off the injury list and
stop with the heart. Everybody has a heart.
Heart matters, you know, it does.
It does. All right, let's get into our who impressed and who disappointed us. Ava, who was your impression this week?
I'm going with no Sean Marino. The Kansas City Chiefs, like, I'm really feeling the Chiefs right now. They're being consistent. I was definitely impressed with them.
I'm going to go ahead and piggyback off of Aviator here. The Chiefs as a team, they're gelling under Todd Haley's direction. It was a little rough going last year. This team is still very young. And they started to put some stuff together.
The SEC. That's how they're winning.
Well, maybe. I just think that they're gelling with Todd Haley, and I think they're doing a good job of coming together, which is impressive so far.
Well, I'm sorry, I have to disagree with y'all. I have to go with the Raiders. What they did to the Chargers was not only amazing, it was just preposterous. Tell me,
you get that word up? You figure that word out? That's your word for the week?
That's my SAT word for the day, right now. Believe it.
Yeah, it's cool.
Tell me the truth. Did anybody see the Raiders beating the Chargers? Look, the Chargers been playing well recently, right?
They've been skating by with the injuries and stuff that's been going on. Yes, they have been playing. Phillip Rivers is playing out of his mind.
MVP.
Well, let's not go too far. Phillip Rivers been playing out his mind, and the Raiders. I mean, they've been bad for so long. It's one of those things. The sun shines on the dog someday. So the Raiders are a team you never want to play because it's like
The Chargers
they
had
suck. So you
21
don't.
yards of rushing in this game.
Like I said,
21 from a guy in their backfield who was eating up the league for the last 3 weeks. 21 yards rushing.
Oh,
It happens.
Okay. Well, you made your point.
Okay.
Who disappointed you though?
The Colts, by far. I understand about the injuries. I understand you have no running game whatsoever, but you're still Peyton Manning. You should not throw 11 interceptions in a half. You should not. You're smarter than that. Watching the game, he was staring down receivers, and that defense, correct me if I'm wrong, you play defense. If you know they don't have a run game whatsoever, you can
open the floodgates.
all day.
Ears back. Pin
Ears back,
Pull
and
your
you're in
ears
his
back.
back.
Let's get on the quarterback.
That's what
And
happened.
what's been happening the last few weeks to Peyton Manning, people haven't realized that they're blitzing the A gaps on him a lot now, so he can't step up. They figured
That's
him
true.
out. And Peyton Manning throwing off his back foot, he's not very accurate. So I think somebody might have figured out the Pandora's box on Peyton Manning. Hopefully, I don't think it's going to be something that's going to stop him in the long term because he's too good and he's going to adjust. But right now, I think they have figured out something a little bit. One of his Achilles tendons here.
Okay,
Well, I'm thinking
what's
the
yours?
Jets. The Jets disappointed me. That's all. I'm sorry. They just.
I'm definitely gonna have to piggyback again off you two. The Jets is my disappointment team of the week, but I'm not worried about them. I'm not worried.
They only had one touchdown, and that's when they plane landed. That was the only touchdown they had all week. I'm sorry.
Well, you know, the Jets' whole game, the whole team just is predicated as how well the defense plays. And the defense had a bad day, as you see, which most defenses have a bad day against Tom Brady. And that's what happened. And if the defense doesn't get going for the Jets, Mark Sanchez, somehow he doesn't really get confidence, and a lot of things happen, and it becomes a snowball effect.
That's true.
All right. Will Week 13's leaders repeat success in Week 14? Peyton Manning. What do y'all think?
Yes.
The success,
Tennessee.
he had 4 interceptions. How much success
You
did he have?
can't-
And he lost.
You can't get any worse than what he did. So he's got to get better. He might throw 2 interceptions this time.
That's a good point.
Twice.
I think he'll get back on track, but I don't know if he's going to be successful. Let's go.
Play Tennessee.
Well,
Yeah.
what about Maurice Jones-Drew? He made did 186 yards.
The little bowling ball is rolling. I think he will keep
Yes.
going. The little bowling ball is rolling.
Playing your Raiders.
That's not my Raider.
You just
I
big
no,
upping them in
no.
this thing.
The Raiders don't wear red. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Stop it.
All right, Reggie Wayne, 200 yards, Week 13. What do you guys think he's gonna do?
I don't think he's going to get 200.
He's not going to hit 200. I think they're going to dial back a little bit with Peyton on the throws. I think he's going to start doing a little more check down, a little shorter, less riskier game plans just to kind of get him back in rhythm. So
Yeah, so he can stop throwing it wrong.
Right.
But Finnegan's over there. He might do something. He might get his second knockout.
But the Titans haven't been doing that good. I mean, he could get his 200 yards again.
No. I mean, we've been wrong.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, you have been wrong.
But Reggie, I remember Reggie started the season really slow, so he
did.
might be catching a groove with him and Peyton.
Not glad.
Oh, Tom Brady. What
But that's a
about Tom
no-brainer.
Brady?
He's money. He's so money.
I
Right
mean,
now.
we didn't think he was going to do what he did to the Jets.
Well, he's so money right now.
That was amazing. They 45-3.
The thing about it is they have a real good pass rush over there right now with Julius Peppers and those guys. They're playing really well up front. If they can get to Tom Brady and hit him a couple times, that knee injury will come back
But
into his
Brady's already
mind.
proved that he can beat a pass rush.
Okay,
He's
we'll
already
see.
proved it. That's why
All
he
right.
got Wes Welker.
That's why I would hit that knee every blue moon just to throw him off.
See?
I said out
Just
loud.
violent.
I said out loud. I'm sorry.
All right, I'm done with y'all.
All right.
Speaking
Baltimore
of-
Ravens head coach John Harbaugh, he said, "I'm proud of this football team. I'm proud of our defense, proud of our offense, and it's not enough for you to go and find another team to cheer for." What do y'all think? Was he being over defensive or was he on the mark?
I'm going to say he was on the mark. They just lost to a tough team. We can agree that the Steelers are one of the better teams in the league. It's not embarrassing to lose to them like if you would lose to the Lions or the Rams. They're still going to make the playoffs. They still have enough firepower there to make some noise. Right or wrong?
You're right. I just think he was a little bit defensive because I think he knows that they made some bad calls down the stretch.
They
And
did
he's
make
getting-
some
he's
bad
getting
calls.
a little sensitive about it, which is
Flacco did
yeah.
throw it.
And Jim Harbaugh,
Right.
with John Harbaugh, has been very, very stoic the last 2 years as a coach on the sideline. For him to get rattled like this, it's a telling sign that there's a little discourse within the ranks over there. You know
Or
what I'm
it's
saying?
just
That's a
the
good
fans are spoiled. They've
fans are not
had a
spoiled.
winning team for so long. They've had a winning team for so long. Come get in my shoes.
It's Baltimore.
See how I feel.
It's the Baltimore Ravens. They're not spoiled. Nobody's in Baltimore spoiled of anything.
We're not talking about. We're talking about the football. We're not talking about their
you
actual
can't. You have to be. The football is part of the city of itself.
The Ravens are a constant playoff team. My team is usually watching the playoffs or playing Madden with me in the offseason. So I'm not want to hear that right now.
No Falcon plays football with them in the offseason.
Yes, they do.
No.
I think there's no problem with him expressing himself. That's just my personal opinion.
You're a stalker.
2-1.
I'm not a stalker.
No,
I
he's
actually
a stalker.
agree with you.
Only the
bro.
cheerleaders. I will stalk them all day.
He's a stalker.
They are so sexy.
All right, Mike Vick, Pro Bowl. What do y'all think? Do you think the public is finally moving past his transgressions? What do you guys think?
Yes, some are.
I don't
say them all.
Not all of them.
Can't do it.
The dog lovers and the fairer skins of us.
The people that put clothes on their
harder.
animals are the ones
are a little harder on Michael Vick still, but
those are the ones that
we do live in America.
We do live in America.
We do live in America, and you do know that if you can drop 81 points, that everybody will forget about the little white girl in Colorado.
I'm like, what happened?
If Michael Vick wins the Super Bowl, everybody's going to forget about.
Everybody's going
to forget about Snoopy.
All the Phillies behind it.
If he wins Super Bowl, the rest of the country's going to forget about Snoopy as well.
Snoopy? You're giving him a name and a face, like.
Well, the dogs. You got to name the dogs. They are.
His name could be Ace.
Snoopy, Ace, whatever. I mean, he had a bunch of them, so I mean, I can name, whatever. But I think they finally moved past it, hopefully, and he continue to keep performing the way he is. It's going to be fine.
I think they will move past it eventually.
Some people won't. Some people will not.
Even with his performance like a couple weeks ago.
Just as long as you don't just as long as you don't try to go in the hotel room and steal some football cards back with 4 other guys as criminals, then he should be fine.
And in the words of Jimmy, hilarious. There we go.
All right, must-watch games. What do y'all think? I'm going with.
It's gonna be wrong, whatever you say.
What? What are you
Go
talking
ahead,
about?
say it. What is it?
Philly and Dallas. Speaking of Mike Vick, that's what I want to see.
Only game I won't ever been caring about watching this whole season is the game with Michael Vick playing.
He calls me a star. Really?
Hey, I'm just like I said, man. I'm happy to see the man coming back.
I'm happy
from
too.
and I'm finally happy to him. He's playing quarterback the way everybody said he couldn't do it.
That's right. My game, Patriots and Bears, is better than the losers over there. Sorry.
What?
Patriots and Bears. Okay.
We're not in a competition right now.
I'm not talking about. I'm talking about Dallas. Dallas.
Well, yeah, Dallas sucks. So there's another game for Mike to get his
I
pass
just want
up.
to see Mike.
I'm going for the Patriots. I have to because the Bears need to get away from my Falcons. Need to drop down a little bit lower.
You are too loyal. That's what
it's no such thing as too loyal.
You're obsessed.
No such thing.
You're really obsessed. That's all.
If he was really low, he'd get
like
authentic
you wear
jersey.
this every week.
No,
if he was really low, he'd get authentic jersey. Start wearing those painted old Jones.
I gotta wear this. My pockets are in a recession.
This is a recession, but if he really was in, the kids would go a couple weeks without some school shoes. We get the right jersey, though. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
All right, that'll do it for this week. As always, we like to have some final thoughts. Karan, why don't you start us off this week, sir?
Michael Vick, the perfect example of the phoenix rising from the ashes. Redemption, my brother, redemption. Don't go looking for no football cards. That's all I gotta say, dog. Keep your nose clean. Keep doing what you do. Your turn.
Fair.
Ava.
They say seeing is believing. They say looks can be deceiving. Who is they? They seem to be confused. Peace. Why are you just looking at me?
Yeah.
Did anybody else
Do you have
just get
something to
stabbed
say
in the back of
about-
their head?
I don't know what just happened, dog.
All right, look.
Why do you talk about me every week?
I got one saying that I want to address to the experts like Skip Clueless and Trent Dildo.
Man, I'm talking about dildos.
Light travels faster than sound. That's why some people seem more intelligent than when they speak. Y'all need to keep y'all mouth closed. Anything else y'all want to say?
Man, what are y'all two been smoking, man?
Every Saturday I'm tuning in.
Alright, thank you. Hey, we appreciate y'all watching us.
You know that's the host. We on the 50-yard line, 50 more to go. My sideline TV on repeat. Win the Super Bowl and never leave my fantasy. And if you gotta work, well, you should call off. They not like pre-song shout that they don't fall off. Here we go. Here we go. It's time to tune in. It's time to tune in.
We can talk about it.
You just moved topics.
I'm going to talk about it.
What was that damn thing? What was that? Aristotle or something?
Seeing is believing. I want you to do 3 things for me. Just say no. That's all I want. Appreciate you.